So look, I haven't been following this case super heavy like some people, but this right here, I really couldn't ignore. You got Diddy's own former bodyguard literally fleeing the United States. Straight up says, if Diddy walks, I'm done. You can't make this up. And as this drops, the verdict comes in. We got to talk about it.
If he does walk, though, would you already fear about reprisals against you just for speaking out? Would you be genuinely concerned about him coming after you? Is that one of the reasons you've left the country?
Well, here's the thing, only thing I fear is God and my mom. And I made a promise to my mom that, I'm not gonna revert to an old lifestyle. And I know if he walks, I'm gonna be target number one, which is fine. I'm used to that. It's kind of exciting for me.
Is that exciting or is that slightly scary?
Oh, no, it's definitely exciting, Pierce.
Really?
Yeah.
So explain that, because in my world, I wouldn't find that exciting.
Well, we come from different professions.
Yes.
In my profession, it's what we live for.
Well, being someone's number one target.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Bruh. I don't know. I'm reading in between the lines. I don't know, dude. But I'll just say, when somebody's been around you, who's been around you, who knows everything about how you move, straight up leaves the country, that is not a small thing. He said it out his own mouth. If Diddy walks, I'm target number one. You don't say that about somebody unless you know how dark it can really get behind the scenes. That's all I'm saying. And listen, this isn't just social media gossip anymore. This ain't just some he say, she say kind of mumbo jumbo. This man really felt the need to get gone. And it just so happens, as he's saying this, the jury comes back with a verdict. Partial verdict, that is.
Well, right now, from our courtroom producer, it seems, and bear in mind, there are a lot of moving parts right now coming from inside the courthouse. But right now, it seems like the judge is going to instruct the jury to continue deliberations and emphasize that they should try to reach a verdict. And just to unpack what got us to this point, the judge, he looked at proposals from both prosecutors and the defense. The defense pointed out that there's a lot of material, and the jurors have been very efficient, but they didn't reach a verdict on count one. And the defense thinks jurors don't need much help and they shouldn't be given a push to move along. The judge also asked the defense what it thought about the juror note that said jurors were unpersuadable on count one of racketeering conspiracy. The judge suggested that he would just tell them to go back in, continue to deliberate and not address their concern. The prosecutors argue that doing so would be asking for a repeat of the duty of jurors to reach a verdict. And so there was a lot of back and forth between this, and the notes we're getting from the courtroom, they're coming at rapid fire. But at this point, I can tell you the latest that we're hearing and we're reading from our producers inside is that it seems like right now the judge is going to instruct the jury to go back and continue deliberations. But I just got another note, and if I may read this to our viewers. We just learned from our producer, the defense wants to ask the jury at the end of the day tomorrow, rather than now, if they would want to stay over the 3rd. I'm not sure what that means. We're going to need to get more clarification on that. But the defense has said they do not want jurors to feel rushed. The defense has said they don't want jurors to feel rushed or stressed. And neither the defense or the prosecution objects to a July 3rd meeting, should it be necessary. And they say if they meet on July 3rd, this concern about racketeering conspiracy would be brought back up to the jury at that point. So that's a lot to unpack. But right now, we're reading the defense wants to ask the jury to stay till the end of the day tomorrow, rather than having the jurors feel rushed or stressed, and the jurors are being brought back in. So we're going to try to get more clarity on exactly what that means for the count one racketeering conspiracy, the charge that jurors said they were unable to reach a unanimous consensus. At this point, though, it seems like the defense has made a successful argument to the judge that jurors shouldn't be pushed any the jurors shouldn't be made to feel rushed about the stalemate, if you will, in their deliberations on count 1 of racketeering conspiracy. I'm going to send it back over to you.
All right, Stevie. Yeah, yes, Greg.
Can I say something?
Y'all hear that? The jury came back. They locked in guilty on 4 out of 5 of the charges, but they're stuck. They can't agree on the big one, which is racketeering. Racketeering conspiracy, to be exact. That's the one that ties all the other charges together. And look, the judge ain't letting them stop. He told them go back up in there and figure it out. Bro, this is serious. Racketeering ain't just some fancy word. Yo, that's RICO. That's organized crime type charges, man. That's what they use to take down mobs, okay? And Diddy's sitting in court fighting that. Let me see if we can get this broke down even more so y'all can get what's going on here.
There is information coming in right now. I want to read you exactly the note from Alice Gaynor. WCBS is in the courtroom. She said, "We have reached a verdict on counts 2, 3, 4, 5, unable on count 1. That is that racketeering conspiracy." Again, this is what the note said. And it also said, have jurors with unpersuadable opinions, that they have jurors with unpersuadable opinions. Another note just came in from Alice Gaynor, and she said that the prosecution wants them to continue to deliberate. Says modified Allen charge, putting together a proposal. Defense says it's our request you tell the jury to keep deliberating. We will not take the partial verdict. Only been deliberating a day and a half. Don't think we need modified Allen charge. Tell them, receive their note. Judge says, do you request I bring jury out to provide instruction? Defense says, yes, bring them out. This is happening in real time. 55-year-old Sean Combs, as you know by now, is facing up to life in prison on that racketeering conspiracy charge. He's also charged with 2 counts of sex trafficking for the sex trafficking of his former ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, and a woman who went by the pseudonym of Jane. There is also a count for transportation to engage in prostitution. But again, right now, all that we know, according to this note, is that they have reached a verdict on all of the counts except for 1. It is unclear what will happen next. I'm literally reading these notes as they're happening. The judge said that there are 3 options. First, the defense's proposal, jury should keep at it, some version of the Allen charge, and that at some point case law indicates the court should advise them their ability to have partial verdicts, but I don't think we're at that stage yet. So that's where we are. It looks like they have reached a verdict again on counts 2, 3, 4, and 5, but they're saying they're unable to reach it right now on count 1, racketeering conspiracy, the most serious, that says that Combs led a criminal enterprise and that he committed at least 2 predicate acts. There are 8 that the jurors will see. We have a shot of the verdict sheet, but these are some of the crimes. If jurors find that just 2 within the racketeering, that would be a not guilty. So we'll, of course, continue to bring you the very latest, but this is happening as we speak. It almost feels like as the rain was coming down, we're getting all of this information. It was sunshine about 20 minutes ago. So we'll see what happens, but that is the very latest here from the courthouse in New York.
So now it's making sense, right? I mean, look at what he's facing. This ain't some TMZ headline. This is a federal trial with charges that could literally mean life in prison. And listen closely to what she said. The jury had to go back and look at Cassie's testimony. That right there tells you there's real weight behind those accusations. But now, here's the crazy part. While the bodyguard is fleeing the country, fearing for his life, one of Diddy's exes, she's outside, talking real casual like she don't got a care in the world. Watch the contrast.
Hi, Gina. How you doing? I have a quick question for you. You think Diddy's gonna win this trial? Before you go, that's what I want to know. If Diddy does win this trial, do you think your life will be threatened in any kind of way? No. You don't think so? You think everything will be safe? Because the girl Aubrey O'Day, she said that if Diddy wins, she's gonna leave the country.
I mean, he never did anything
You're not scared? Okay, well, I appreciate that. Thank you. That's all I wanted to know. Okay. Hi, Gina. How you doing?
Hmm. 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 Now, I ain't the one of but look, y'all tell me how that makes sense, you know. One hand, you got a man that was around Diddy's personal circle saying, if he walks, I'm done. And you know, he got to leave the country. But then on the other side, you got Gina out here talking like, nah, I'm cool. We good. I ain't worried about my life. He ain't did nothing weird to me. This trial got everybody acting different. You know what that tells me? Not everybody's experience was the same. Or not everybody's telling the full truth. Either way, something's not adding up. Look, man, this whole Diddy situation ain't looking good at all. You got bodyguards fleeing, jury struggling right now, and the internet watching it all play out in real time. Now, whether you are a supporter or not, you can't sit here and deny in no capacity that the walls are closing in. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Do you think the jury eventually will reach the verdict and convict on racketeering? Or do you think Diddy is walking free? Either way, I'm going to sit here and watch this unfold. Y'all definitely smash that like button, share this video, hit subscribe if you haven't. Be safe. Go check on somebody today. You could be saving their life. Peace. Y'all know y'all really loud in the back, right?